So we are sending out to restream. Don't know if I have to go live or am I live now. Someone tell me in the chat room if they see me in YouTube. I guess I should go in here. Or, yeah, and there. And there. Not Twitter. Apparently I am on now. Oh, we're live. And it's the start of the show. I guess it came on 10 minutes early. I don't know if the audio is working. Let's do a test on that. And it's the start of the show. I guess it came on 10 minutes early. I don't know if the audio is working. Let's do a test on that. Yeah, so it looks like I'm on YouTube right now. So playing with the software, it's they got. So it looks like I'm on YouTube right now. Okay. So let's. I didn't mean to go on YouTube right now. I just went to click OK on OBS. So we'll let people come on in here. Do the intro. I think I played twice. I can't hear the audio through my system here. So hi, I am your host, Robbie Strike. This is the Robbie Strike live stream. Today I thought we'd go over what's happening in free-to-air satellite news, shortwave news, or anything like that. So here on my channel, I recently did a video about this product here. I'll talk about that. So this Texan AN48 antenna is what I did a video on just recently. Just sort of doing a review on this and trying to get it to work. I have different shortwave radios. Got like a crank radio like this one that I like to use. And I have this radio here, this Grundig radio. It doesn't work the greatest. It does receive upper and lower sideband, but I found my software-defined radio stuff is doing working a lot better for me for that kind of stuff. This is my radio that I bought about 20 years ago. This is my Grundig shortwave radio. The front thing broke off of it. It's probably the shortwave radio that well, I had shortwave radios before that. I had shortwave, this is my first digital shortwave radio, so that's what I should say. When I was a kid, I had a multi-band shortwave radio that had an external antenna. And then for Christmas, a year later, I got another shortwave radio, one of those, I forget the name of the brand of them, and used that for years. And yeah, so I've always, before I was into free-to-air, I listened to shortwave radio a lot, especially in my apartment days, because I was able to get radio from around the world, even in the middle of a city, in an apartment building. I'd hang a wire on the curtain, and I was able to receive radio stations from all over the planet. Well, not over really. Well, mostly North America. Yeah. Does the stream health drop? Oh, there we go. We got. Oh, so it's talking. Daniel Admark here. Let me pull up the chat room here. There it is. And full screen that. Bought a house with a 20C band antenna, no receiver, but wired into the house to activate 2 channels. What receiver should I get? Can I get Fox News through this setup. No, Fox is a pay channel. So yeah, you have to get pay some provider for Fox News. And I'm trying here. No, not that. There's a situation happening here. Ending. So please check out my YouTube channel, Robbie Strike, and check out all the technology videos and reviews that I've done covering satellite, free-to-air, cell phone, how to do stuff in Linux, how to do stuff in shortwave and old technology, and doing neato things with computers. So please. Okay, so I'm back. Sorry, had a package delivered to me right when I'm doing a live stream. Oh, you're talking. I didn't see the C. Sorry about that, Daniel. So you have a 20. I don't know what you mean by 20 C-band antenna, C-band dish, wired into your house. So receiver. Sorry, I thought you meant like a TV antenna because I was talking about shortwave antennas, and I thought you were talking about like for a shortwave antenna. I don't know. Oh yeah, quick question: is my audio synced up? I was just the first 10 minutes before live streaming, but Restream just pushed. I clicked the button on OBS and it just put it all on here. So, not a fan of that software. I don't know if I'm on all the platforms now or not. Also, today, this afternoon, you can call me in if Discord. I don't have the link here. There should be a link in the description of this video to find the Discord server and connect to that. So yeah, back to your question, Fox News. I don't think so. No, it's a pay service. You'll have to pay for that. There is other news networks that you can get on satellite. But a lot of them are on KU band, aren't they? I don't know if there's probably maybe one or two. There's some international news on 55 West. My audio is synced. Okay, go. Because I'm looking at a monitor here, and I know that there's a lag on my OBS monitor. So yeah, check out what I'd recommend if you're looking for a receiver. You're not too deep in this hobby. Get an Amico Mini. So yeah, I was gonna go through a whole C-band setup because the C-band setup for a C-band dish, there's a few more things that you need for a C-band dish than what you would need for a KU band dish. So for KU band, I'm just gonna close this window here. So for a C-band dish, there some of the older LMBs that might be on that dish that you have that you want to restore, it may have a large LMB on it, and a large part of that LMB was like a motor that would switch the polarity from horizontal to vertical. So probably one of the cheapest ways of fixing that is to get a new LMB. New LMBs are like, I've seen them for $60 on eBay. If you go to my freesatellitetv.net shop, there's a few LMBs there, and it will also give me an affiliate credential. Excuse me. If you're looking for a CKU band LMB, I do have one posted up there for C and KU band. I have the titanium LMB posted up there as well, which is just simply a C band LMB, but it's a good LMB to invest in. magnify this. Pie Judge says hi. How's it going, Pie Judge? Hopefully I read that right. So what else happened? 6 in diameter. Yeah, it's probably like a newer one would be an easier way to go, because some of those older LMBs have a polarity control, and the old receivers that were like these huge receivers are the new receivers don't have a polarity motor control, so you won't be able to see what will happen is, even if you plug a receiver into that dish without buying an LMB, it'll probably be left on either horizontal or vertical, and that's all. But it actually will work if you connect a receiver to it. So if you just want to do that and try it, I'd say first get a receiver and move the dish around and try to scan in a satellite. I think what would happen in that case, you would have to enter a frequency in and be able to move the satellite dish. Well, even just do a blind scan and see if anything comes up where the dish was left parked for 20 years since it's not been used. So what all do you need with a C-band satellite dish? So the first thing is like an LMB, and I recommend just buying a new LMB. And another thing you can get is a dish mover for your actuator. Now, actuators, some of them, if they've been sitting out in the weather for 20 years, not being used, they could be seized, and you might have to get a new actuator. I got a secondhand dish, and I was fortunate enough the old mover and actuator did work. I got the old mover with it when I first got a C-band dish, so that was a money save. I did actually have a dish mover before that. But then when it died, I ended up using my super power jack dish mover to move the dish, to move the actuator to move the dish. So with C-band, you'll need an actuator controller. You might need a CKU band LMB and a switch on top of all the other things that you need. KU band tends to be a lot simpler, where a KU band, what you need is the LMB, the dish, and the receiver, and maybe a motor. If you have a motor, that's on one setup. That's how I first started. I had the motor going, and the motor could scan different satellites in the sky. So hopefully I could answer your question there. Okay, I'm just going to close this up. So I'll go through the satellite news. So go here. That's the one I want. Yeah. Also just, oh yeah, I wanted to open up the, go into the, here we are. I am in there now. Okay, cool. So I just entered the voice chat room for Discord. So if you want to chat with me there, you'll probably go in there and hear my voice talking away. You still hear me here? Okay. Okay. So you can always check out my YouTube channel and be up to date with all the latest videos that I've posted up there. One video, if you haven't checked out yet, check out this video on the satellite dish motor. So if you're getting started, it's a great thing you want to get with your setup is a motor so that you can scan the skies and find different satellites. But that's for KU band. I do have it's kind of buried here in my channel, but there's also this video where I go through all the channels. It's about an hour long, a 2 hour long video. And now you can just go to Linksat or TVROSat and check all that stuff out. I've made several playlists on my channel that you can come visit, and it's I have some that for the Happy Satellite Nerd episodes, like episode 1, Big Black Satellite Dish, is where I am restoring an actuator. So that's a good episode for like a dish restoring episode. And there's several other there's step-by-step guide that I created that would be very helpful. And there's also some receiver videos here that I've posted up that hopefully should be very helpful. And if you're searching for something, I just recommend typing in my name, for something like an LMB for a satellite. That's a good way of finding my videos, and you might find what you're looking for there. because I find there's a lot of videos that it might not find what you're looking for free-to-air satellite or getting into the true free-to-air hobby. So there's that. Also, so satellite charts. Great resource for that is this site here, tvrosat.com. And there's a page here where you click on satellite charts, and you can get the latest updates on what's happening in North American satellite. So there'll be like movements. Now, sometimes it will report the encrypted channels moving as well. So you might see something up there, oh, there's a channel I really want, but if you see something that says DigiCipher 2, that means it's encrypted. If it says FTA, that means it's open and in the clear. True Crime Network, another crime channel. So many crime channels. There's 100 plus radio stations on 105 West that are in the clear. I don't know if that's Clear Channel or something like that. The NBC channels are BISS, which is a BIS key. So that might mean that they used to be in the clear and maybe they're no longer able to be tuned with most free-to-air receivers. The Game Show Network is on 101 is in the clear, and Hallmark is in the Hallmark movie channels are in the clear, I guess, according to this chart here. And then there's some other channels here, Universal, but they're PowerView encrypted. So this site will just give you a good up to date what's if anything has happened in the last 14 days. Okay, another news. So another place to get news is over here at Rick's Wild Feeds. So people might be thinking, why is it looks different than when on their browser. I am using a dark mode, a dark reader for my computer here. I just find I like the dark font better than the white font all the time. So there's some news here. I always click on networks to get the latest news on any new channels that might be posted over at Rick's Wild Feeds from Rick Taylor. So it's a great resource. He also has a shop too, so if you're looking for free-to-air equipment, I'll give him that free plug there too. You can pick some stuff up over at Rick's. So C-SPAN analog. Anyway, that's just talking about what any news or anything like that in the networks. One thing there is family. There's a channel called Family Broadcast, FB, or it would be the title of this thing. Family Broadcast Channel. I don't see it there, so I might be off there. But anyway, it's switch transponders. So if you're using the satellite on 99 West, there. Okay, so Retro TV. I believe it's still there, but it's one of those funky muxes. It's DVB S2 APSK 2 and 3. I have a hard time picking this one up on my satellite dish. And yeah, so like with an 8-footer, I get it some days, but then there's other days I try to move it, and it's really tricky to lock onto that with all the Retro TV stuff. I loved it when Retro TV was on KU band. It used to be on Galaxy 19. But over on 113 West, Retro TV, which is Lucan Broadcasting, there is a whack of channels that are up there, whole mux of channels that you can tune that are free. Yeah. So another news, there's a few streams I'd like to recommend. Tonight there's the Midnight Cafe, which is hosted by Eric over at Farpoint Farms, and he does kind of a show about coast to coast AM, and I've been checking that out. I checked it out last week, or no, it was a few weeks ago, and I was getting a tetanus shot, and I was listening in. Well, I was in the hospital. I had headphones on. I was just waiting to I stabbed a nail through one of my. It's healed up now, but I stabbed a rusty nail. I was working in my shed, putting something away, hanging a wire, and there's a rusty nail that I scraped myself on. So I went and got a tetanus shot. So I was listening to Midnight Cafe while I was waiting in the hospital. My wife was worried, and I was like, I'm not going to go to the hospital and get a tetanus shot. And with COVID, it's all kind of scary to go to the hospital. I've been to the hospital before a few times, but not for, just because yeah. So anyway, check his show out. He talks about some interesting paranormal stuff, something separate from his regular show where Eric talks about CB radios and farming equipment. And he just recently got an MLA 80 antenna that he'll be doing a series which I'll be looking forward to checking out. With shortwave, another channel I like to give a shout out to is Official Shortwave Channel. Gilles, he's down the road from me in Montreal. And he does a ton of videos about shortwave. So if you want information on shortwave, here, I'll switch to the screenshot there. So if you want information on shortwave, check this channel out here, Official Shortwave Channel. It has a lot of great tips for antennas and different things like that. It's like we both kind of reviewed the Texum antenna. And I prefer, and he's right on one thing. The MLA 80 antenna is a better antenna, but what I wanted was an antenna that I could use for like hanging up on the wall or putting in a window somewhere. So if I was like camping, shortwave radio, it's something fun to have. So I enjoy a lot of that stuff with shortwave. So is there anything happening here in the chat room? Okay, I'm going to pull up this guy here over at Restream. Oh, yeah, so I got... Huh. Did I not go live? Something went strong. Unable to access the camera. Well, yeah, I'm streaming through my thing here. Hopefully it didn't cut my stream off. Because I was trying to pull the chat room up here, but Restream has like some weird settings here. Go to the dashboard. Yeah, I'm on Facebook. Okay, cool. But I'm not on... it doesn't look like I'm on Twitch, and I'm not on other servers. It's just the way Restream is, I guess. So anyway, that's why you see the chat room here today. Or it's doing something over there. Yeah. Probably wants me to pay for the full version of Restream to make everything work, but yeah. So where do we have? Okay, sorry. So some of the chat rooms cut off here. Dish is motorized with an LMB, says Daniel. Okay. Yeah, it could be. Probably if you got like that stick, watch some of my videos about type in Robbie Strike actuator. You'll probably see a video on that. Which LMB should you buy? Here, I'll go right into that actually. Looks like my stream cut off. Is it? No. Just like the views dropped off. Sorry, just looking at some of the chat room here and trying to figure out what's going on. Okay, the stream looked like it was off for a second here on YouTube. Am I on this thing? Okay, I'm just going to quickly look over here. What did I want to look up? I want to look up something here. So if you're watching me on Facebook, please come over to YouTube because it looks like the chat room on Facebook is not working. I don't mean to be harsh with Restream, like it's a free software, and I just find the bugs for that software for streaming is giving me some headaches. Okay. All right, so I want to show that. Yeah, my shops. Yeah, that's what we were talking about. I wanted to go to that. Just let me clean up this page here. Yeah. Yeah, to find an LMB, you go to my shop here at Free Satellite TV 1. It's just a Facebook page here. But if you go into that, you will find the shop there. Hopefully it's going to load here today. Yeah. So I have like a category for Amazon stuff, and I have a category for eBay. I find eBay, I like eBay a little bit better. I tend to have been supporting eBay. eBay is like people that are home sellers, so it's kind of nice to help them out a little bit. eBay sellers is only CL20. Yeah, there we go. So I'll go look here on eBay, and I'm pretty sure I got an LMB here. It's not my LMB. It's just somebody selling one on eBay. But I linked to it. It might, if the link is a dead link, it should bring you to the nearest closest thing on eBay. I have a description of the product there, and it's not loading right now. Of course, it's not. Prime focus mesh, CKU combo. Here we go. This is kind of what you were looking for. There. So you want to get something that looks like that. I wonder if I can go to the website. So just go there. I'll throw out the link. So yeah, it's sold out, but I should update this thing here. Oh, I was over at Tech 2000 as well. But you can get like CKU band LMBs on eBay that looks like that. And I've done videos on how to set those up. So if you do have a C-band dish, and you don't want to put up a KU band dish, now it is trickier to get both C and KU band, but you have a 10-footer, you might have better luck. There's always issues. I had a hard time. I had the hardest time getting my CKU band LMB working, but then I got it working, and then I decided to put the titanium C1 up, which doesn't have KU band support. But I have 4 other KU bands in my yard. KU band dishes are easier to get because they're smaller. And yeah, so I watch a lot of my KU band stuff on actual KU band dishes. And then my C-band channels, I have the LMB optimized for C-band, so that's how it works. Bible WP Online, how's it going, Brandon? Welcome to the chat room. Yeah. So. So yeah, you can get these on Amazon, eBay. I have links that will point you in the right direction. If it doesn't have them up anymore, I got to update this one because I believe it was a Tech 2000 listing as well, but they've been sold out. Supply has been difficult right now, so it's like to follow these links and keep everything up to date. It has been a little tricky with all that. You can go down here. I got another error. Okay, so yeah, sorry, it's not showing up. I'm fully on my screen, Daniel. But your question was, here is a bizarre question. Can I transform a 10-foot CB dish into a Wi-Fi antenna? You possibly could. I don't see why you'd want to, but if you want to, yeah, I know people have these videos, but I don't know if they're for clickbait and how well they would work. Foschem's in the chat room. How's it going? Yeah, I'm kind of bummed out that I'm not that Restream's not streaming this to Twitch. At least I'm on YouTube. I mean, Twitch, I only get a few views on Twitch anyway. I just thought it was kind of cool to be everywhere. So yeah, if hey, I'm just gonna cut back to this. So if you want to friend me over on Facebook, you can go there. I think. Will I show up there? I'll show up as Robbie.Strike.3, I think, on Facebook. That's the one I'll accept friend requests on, that of people I don't know. So there's inside the LMB. So with a C and KU band LMB, you'll see the C-band antennas, which are there, these two antennas that are inside the LMB, which basically the dish will reflect the signal, and you'll get your vertical and your horizontal on your LMB. Now on KU band, you'll see over here, and you'll see the horizontal and vertical in that. Now, I found with these LMBs, it's easier to find, like, to start on one of these things, is try to lock C-band first and then try to lock KU band, because I found KU band was harder to lock when I was trying to set up a CKU band LMB. For free Wi-Fi, there's actually other Wi-Fi extending devices that would probably work better than a large dish. I know of people that have these Cat5 Wi-Fi extender things they put outside, and they share their Wi-Fi with their neighbors and things like that. And there's some internet service providers that actually encourage that, to share your Wi-Fi with your neighbors. Although it doesn't sound like the most safest thing to do, just, you know, for people that are gonna, you don't know what your neighbors are gonna be doing, and then it goes back to your name. So, but I wouldn't do it myself, but some people have been known to do that. Sure. Foschem asks, could you perhaps chat a bit about aiming and adjusting the C-band LMB? So that's a great question. First thing you want to do is, if you don't have a meter, you're going to have to bring in like a small TV set. That's like the most recommended thing, is get a small TV set and your receiver. Bring that outside. It's cheaper than buying a meter. But if you want to buy a meter, I bought a meter and reviewed it because it's just, I'm out playing with dishes all the time. So it appears it's dropped. Could be Restream's issues. I'll keep talking. Hopefully the views come back. Refresh your browser if you're having troubles. I better type that into the chat room. There, I got some of my viewers back. So, yeah, refresh your browser. Seems like a few dropped off there. Am I low? This chair shook the whole desk. So, yeah, I'll try to get into adjusting your LMB. So, yeah, first thing you want to do is, if you're doing C-band, try to lock your C-band stuff first. Go on Linksat and find the frequencies. Make sure you have the appropriate frequencies entered in on your receiver. That's a big one, because it's a lot quicker than blind scanning. What I have seen sometimes is with some LMBs, the frequency will be off, and that's a pain. The frequency will be off, and so you're looking for a frequency, and it's off by a little bit. So for KU band, similar thing with KU band. If you're setting up a KU band dish, is put the LMB in. Try to get the LMB centered to 0, even though you will have to probably adjust your skew at some point. I just feel like I'm low on the shot here. I can zoom out, but the TV set's right there. Yeah, and so yeah, big thing is make sure you get a receiver. Take a little bit of time inside. Go to Linksat for the satellites you're looking for, and enter in the transponder frequencies in your transponder frequencies input. I don't have a receiver here that I can do that, but you just go add transponder and make sure you enter the frequency and the polarity on that, and then that's when you search for that. A lot of satellite receivers will have the main frequencies pre-programmed in. I don't know if I'm off now or not. So I've got several videos. If you do check my channel, the step-by-step guide, and I really emphasize the motorized KU band setup, because I do cover a lot of that in that video. Even if you don't want to do a motor to start, it's a good video to follow. Yeah, I don't know if I'll stick with I'll go over an hour today. Just, I don't know, the live stream. Although it seems to be sometimes it's like once I get to my half point, that's when people come into the chat room. All right, so if you have any more questions, type it in there to the chat room. Is anyone on Discord? No, it's just me in the chat room in Discord. Oh, can I show you guys this? Yeah, I can show you guys this. All right, I'll cut to it. So here's the Discord chat room. If you're in there. Oh yeah, John Muir is on. There we go. You can see her. Whoa! Did it crash? Ah, Discord crashed. I was talking to John. He was in the chat room over on Discord, and it crashed. It could have been my internet crashed. I don't know. No, stream here. It's, things are going out. I got a bunch of beeps on my phone here. Bummer. When you're trying to do it live, and I take time to set this all up, and it's like then I just... D. Jones asks, how could I combine several C-band LMBs to use with 3 or 4 FTA receivers? I think there's a switch for that. It basically would be the same thing as what I'm in Canada, so I would think of how Bell has like the LMBs go to like the four feeds from the LMB go to one big switch box, and then you set the switch box up. I haven't set up an elaborate switch box for that sort of thing. So then it designates one side of the LMB antenna for the horizontal and the other for the vertical, and it's basically the vertical and the horizontal is always on. So there is a way of doing that. What I do, I don't bother with that because I have a... I'll show you. I got 2 things here. I'll plug them. Where'd my camera go? No, it went away. Live video, eh? Okay, well, all right, so, okay, before I go to the washroom. So this receiver here connects up to your local area network. the Edison Mile. That's what I really like about this receiver. And you can stream it to your phone or your tablet, to your personal computer, through a web browser, and that's one option I use. Whoops. Or what I do is I got one of these, an HDMI RF modulator from Thor Broadcast. What this does, if I can show you guys there. So this is the HDMI Petite. It basically, what you do is you plug, if you see the HDMI plug there, but you plug HDMI in and you create an ATSC channel, and you can combine it with your over-the-air antenna. So on my over-the-air antenna on my TV here, I can watch my satellite receiver from upstairs that doesn't stream, so I just send it through the coax cable. So that's a great way of that's how I do it and watch it on multiple TVs. Yeah. So okay, so we're going to cut to a little break here. Go ahead and ask some questions in the chat room now, and I'll catch up with you in a few minutes.
Please check out freesatellitetv.net, and also check out the new shop where you can order free satellite TV, LMBs, receivers, and dishes, all sorts of things for your free-to-air needs over at the freesatellitetv.net shop.
If you want to watch a streaming service and you're in a country like Canada, certain programs are region blocked so you can't get it, you can use ExpressVPN if you have a cell phone. So if you use public Wi-Fi, you tell it which area you want to connect to in New York City, connect. So if you're using public Wi-Fi at Walmart, a restaurant, you really should be using a VPN. It will protect your private data, and also it saves you a lot of money. It's a fraction of the cost of what a cell phone data plan is these days.
Please check out freesatellitetv.net, and also check out the new shop where you can order free satellite TV, LMBs, receivers, and dishes, all sorts of things for your free-to-air needs over at the freesatellitetv.net shop.
If you want to watch a streaming service and you're in a country like Canada, certain programs are region blocked so you can't get it, you can use ExpressVPN if you have a cell phone. So if you use public Wi-Fi, you tell it which area you want to connect to in New York City, connect. So if you're using public Wi-Fi at Walmart, a restaurant, you really should be using a VPN. It will protect your private data, and also it saves you a lot of money. It's a fraction of the cost of what a cell phone data plan is these days.
Please.
All right, I'm back. So what do we have in the chat room there? I'm going to make this bigger so I can see it better. Yeah, thanks for showing up, Daniel, and have a great day. Foscan says house, roof, pole, etc. And D. Jones asked about that, and I explained that with the dissect switch. Like, there's dissect switches that are for multiple receivers. Yeah. Okay. So we're on. Yeah. Oh yeah, I'll try to reopen Discord now. That crashed on me, and my camera crashed over here too. OBS is just having technical issues today. There we go. Discord. I never have Discord. There we go. Back in the voice channel here. Or go in the general voice. There I am. There's my voice talking away. So we're back on Discord. And the video is up on YouTube and maybe on Facebook. I'm not sure if we're streaming on Facebook now or not. So slow. No, I don't see it on Facebook. No, I am on. No, that's not. Oh, I am on. Okay, I am on Twitch now. Earlier, I wasn't on Twitch. Maybe it wasn't. The timing wasn't set up right. Yeah. So let's enter live studio. So let's see the chat room. What's going on there? Yeah, they don't make the chat room compatible with. Oh, anyway, I'll leave that alone. Sorry, trying to fix my technical issues here live on the stream here. Yeah, Jonathan says it's not far enough up in the chat room here. Maybe I need to fix that. I don't know. I can't grab the thing there. Oh. I think I'm using that. Yeah, both chat rooms are like mirrored. Sorry. So dissect. I don't have a dissect switch here. If I did, I'd try to show you a demo. But with a dissect switch, you can. What that is, it looks like a splitter. I got one over here on my shop link. Oh, yeah, I never loaded up, eh? Oh, good, it loaded. Here, I'll cut to that. There we go. There's my shop. It actually decided to load up. I'm just going to full screen Firefox, Mozilla. No, this is Chrome. Okay. So yeah, at my shop you can find a receiver that I highly recommend is the Amico receiver. Is this like everything on the shop? Yes. So you're going to list everything. Perfect. A Sat Hero. I've seen these prices may verify. These are like when I posted this at the time of linking. There's a tripod you could check out. I have different satellite dishes. I think Satellite Galore may be at a stock of those 4-foot dishes. I'm not sure, but the 4-foot dishes, the nice thing with them is you can get C and KU band with them. You can get a little bit of C band with them. They're fun to experiment if you're gonna try getting C band on a small dish. Like in this picture, it shows like a C band LMB on the offset dish. Posted in wrestling action figure school. This Starcom LMB, it's a dual output universal LMB. That's what I have. This is what I have on my 4-foot dish right now, and I'm able to get my news channel that I enjoy watching on Galaxy 19 or no on Galaxy 16. This is like your standard dish, but I also recommend what I found on eBay is there's a 39-inch FTA dish, then there's a 36-inch, and there's also a 39-inch dish, the same price. Hopefully the shipping is the same at your place. If you want a really good starter KU band dish, would be one of these dishes. There's actuators that you can find. You can usually find those on eBay. I went with like a really long actuator, but I think a 39-inch Quarrel Super Jack, or no wait, I don't know. The smaller one actually did work for me. So you can get a prime focus dish. Now that's probably the most expensive thing if you're going to get in the hobby, to buy a brand new C-band mesh dish. But there is people that want one like that. You can use some of those older dishes. Now the older like dishes from the 80s, And some of those old dishes, they were built well. Like some of those dish companies made really good dishes, and they're made in the USA, really good quality. Some of it you might not need to get new bolts or something if they're rust welded while transporting them. And when you do transport a dish, they come in like a part in pie shape, so you can take that away. So this is like my C-band dish mover. So this is actually the controller. It has like 4 wires that go to the actuator, and then they will move the actuator east or west. There's also the Edison Mile satellite receiver. You can pick up some cables. If you want to pick up a Thor broadcast, I have a link for that as well. Satellite meters that I've used, the FreeSat satellite meters, cable, wire crimping tools. I use these. I'm starting to get into those crimped wire thingies. Yeah. So that's the shop. Okay, I'll go back in the chat room here. Not having the most.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Oh, it's going.
It's going, yeah. It's going. Yeah, I think allergies are hitting me again today, so I'm like.
Oh man, don't talk about allergies.
Oh my goodness, yeah. Who's on the line?
Trevor.
Oh, it's Trevor again. How's it going?
Not bad, man. Like I said, like you just said, my allergies are kind of acting up today too.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying out Restream. Wait. I gotta bring your audio up. There you go. I don't know if you're gonna feedback. Let me know if Trevor is feedbacking on you guys in the chat room, and I will plug a pair of headphones on if I have a pair right here.
Hello. I'm not even in the chat right now because I'm using my phone. I don't have my laptop hooked up right now.
Oh, it's okay. You're on Discord. You can hear me through there.
Yeah.
Anyway, it might feedback. I could just always bring the computer's audio down a hair. So anyway, yeah, Trevor, I tried Restream, the third-party stream, but in some ways things are simple, and other things it's really annoying. I like using OBS, but it's not as compatible hand in hand with Open Broadcast or OBS software. For streaming. I love OBS because I can put my I have my the YouTube chat room up here and on a screen. I can cut to videos. Yeah, with Restream it has its pros and cons. So I was like really frustrated with it. Oh yeah, and then it created so when I went on Restream, it created another stream, and it's all the stream that I put out on my social media. Everyone went to that, and I wasn't on that stream. It created a new stream. So there's little annoying things that happened when I used Restream last week.
Yeah, it takes a lot of messing around. Like you got to find the right setting in order for it to work properly. Like when I first started messing around with Restream, like everything else was working fine, but Facebook was a pain. But I needed to mess around with some settings, and that fixed it.
Yes, and I was trying to stream on Facebook because I have 2 Facebook pages that are satellite related. Well, anyway, it wouldn't let me stream to my Facebook pages, only my personal Facebook account. They want you to pay extra for that. So I'm just playing around with the stuff right now and seeing how it goes. I'm just trying to read the comments here in the chat room.
Yeah. I'm a bit late.
What's that?
I said I'm a bit late showing up to your stream because, I mean, you're going to laugh at me. I woke up at like 2 o'clock my time.
Oh, yeah. Newfoundland time?
Yeah, it's currently 3:13, so I've only been up for about an hour.
Yeah, I bet you anything I need to wear headphones for this.
Told you you're gonna laugh at me.
Yeah, well, sometimes I used to work night shift work, and I'd be up. So I used to do I drive from to Ottawa. Well, I was in Ottawa, and I drove to Kingston, did a night run, and I remember doing that, and I was like, I get home at 4 a.m. And
wow.
I think sleep until I'd wake up around noon and then go back to work around 6 o'clock or a little 6:30 or something like that.
That's a pain.
Yeah.
Now, personally, I prefer night shift, but again, it's a bit of a pain considering my fiance works at home, and well, his current call center doesn't have an overnight shift, so he needs to work days, and then I was working nights, and like it just never worked out.
Oh yeah, yeah. Shift work is hard. I'm glad I have day shifts now. It's good.
Hey, I think you bet you're gonna be able to do YouTube full time?
No,
Huh? I mean,
no. I got 3 kids so to support. So I got
but
my.
oh, I know that, yes. But what I'm saying is, at a later date, when you have more and more subscribers, you might be able to you probably make more money than you would from any shift job.
Well, that hasn't happened yet, but actually, really, I've it would have to be a lot, though, I guess. But there are some people out there that's what they do, and I don't see that happening, though. I don't want to make. I like doing maybe 1 video a week, but I don't want to do like editing video every day. You know, like I have like maybe 1 or 2 days a week where I edit video, and I actually would rather do the live streams at times because they're easier. You just sit and you talk, you know. But then I was running out of things to talk to because like there's so much free to air satellite news, and then I'm like I run that off on the show, and then there's not always a whole lot of news. I hope that someday there will be a whack of free to air satellite news, especially when they start optimizing the KU band frequencies and start putting channels up there.
Oh yeah. Yeah, because there's this guy I watch, the financing channel, and he does he does interviews with different YouTubers, and one guy said he makes $350,000 a month, U.S. So
Yeah, how many? You gotta have a lot of subscribers, I guess, and
oh yeah, 100%, and it's spread across multiple YouTube channels. So
yeah. I mean, I have my niche for the technology stuff that I cover, but yeah, there's just and the thing is, I find with YouTube is there's so many people, you know, they hear about the dollar signs, right?
yeah,
And then you get all these people. I'm going to start a YouTube channel, and the thing is, there's so many people doing that. It's saturating the market. So there is like, you know, it's like being a stand-up comedian or a model or whatever, you know, like, or an actor, you know, like there's so many people want to be successful at it that there's only a few people that are actually successful.
yeah. That's the problem with us. That's the problem with us. I mean, we used to grind videos every day, and in 1 year we made $13. That's it.
Yeah. And,
So
and then yet a big channel will put out a video and get 1 million views within an hour, or, you know, it's a crazy amount of views. Like that would be like hundreds of dollars, like a month for other creators. Yeah.
yeah, I mean,
But they also, the perspective from YouTube is they got their moneymaker talent, right? And they want to keep them happy.
yeah, oh yeah, definitely.
But by doing that, it does suppress the small channels.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so,
YouTube
I
is a bit
mean,
of a-
yeah. I mean, being able to monetize has encouraged me to make more content. Because before I had a YouTube account probably since before 2006. Because YouTube, I saw YouTube, and I was like, this is this is great. I dreamt about this when I was a kid, that we would have some, thing where you could dial up and get any video on demand, whatever,
Yeah.
And we have that now. So, but it is great that people can get discovered through this, through their talent, and they can get have a forum for speaking. Like my goal in doing this, the big thing with free to air is I really want to educate people and give people that are not in the know that you can get a free to air setup as an option compared to cable. Because I talk to people all the time, and and I'm not trying to push what I'm talking about, or I might mention I watch TV with an antenna, but then I have to go through all the other things. I have a great big satellite dish in my backyard, so I don't pay $86 a month for basic cable, or whatever. That someone I was talking with, they said, I got a deal. It's $86 a month. That sounds like a good deal. I pay nothing.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, the downside is with that is that I know a lot of landlords don't want a satellite in their backyard or on their house. You know what I mean?
Oh
So,
yeah, that's yeah.
so
Or you
really,
get housing HOA control freaks dictating to you that you can't have a satellite dish.
the way I look at it is, if you're paying and renting renting a specific area of a house / a yard, you should be able to do what you want in it. Because you're
Yeah.
paying a monthly fee. You know what I mean? Like a monthly
Yeah.
rent. But
And I can't find my headphones. I have like 3 headphones and they're upstairs.
yeah, so like
I'm gonna take a quick break and I'll run and grab my headphones.
Okay.
All right, and I'll just play the. So check out the shop over at Free Satellite TV Shop.
Please check out freesatellitetv.net. And also check out the new shop where you can order free satellite TV, LMBs, receivers, and dishes. All sorts of things for your free-to-air needs over at the freesatellitetv.net shop.
If you want to watch a streaming service and you're in a country like Canada, certain programs are region blocked so you can't get it, you can use ExpressVPN if you have a cell phone. So if you use public Wi-Fi, you tell it which area you want to connect to. In New York City, connect. So if you're using public Wi-Fi at Walmart, a restaurant, you really should be using a VPN. It will protect your private data, and also it saves you a lot of money. It's a fraction of the cost of what a cell phone data plan is these days.
Please check out freesatellitetv.net. And also check out the new shop where you can order free satellite TV, LMBs, receivers, and dishes. All sorts of things for your free-to-air needs over at the freesatellitetv.net shop.
No, it played the ad twice there, but okay, we're back, and I'm hoping your audio is going through the main output and not hitting the speakers, going in the microphone again. That's why I have the headphones. And that will eliminate the echo. I can hear you fine on the thing.
Oh my.
So, how many subscribers do you have on your channel now?
We did have over 150, but one of my videos really took off that I did, and that's why I got paid $13 for them.
Oh yeah,
But I never gained any subscribers for it. So.
Oh yeah, yeah. Sometimes that's what happens. So you get videos, especially when you're new. You get videos, but then you don't get subscribers, and yeah, like people watch it, and it shows up in their feed or whatever. Yeah, that's the hard thing with it. I remember when I was first starting trying to get 1,000, because I was monetized, and then I was just under 1,000, a few hundred, when they made everyone have to have 1,000 and 4,000 watch hours.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's sad, but the best way to make money off YouTube is if you get a sponsorship.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like a big sponsorship, like that you actually get paid, like, I don't know, 10 grand for, to do ads, say for Raid Satellite, for example. So.
It does happen. I mean, you get a niche product, and you get the viewers. It can happen. I'm sorry about that touching the mic there. I was trying to look at some of these comments here.
Yeah, so that's the thing about that. But I mean, not everybody wants to do a sponsorship video for, say, Raid Shadow Legends. Personally, I think the game is crappy, but
Oh yeah, the gaming, yeah. There's certain things that have very high CPM money making type videos. One of the largest ones is women's makeup tutorial. That's like the top of the list or whatever for making videos. Gaming, see, I like gaming. I liked retro gaming, but then I started doing a few videos in that, and then I realized that is such a saturated niche, right? Everybody and their brother's doing gaming videos. So I decided, well, let's do something different. And just, obsolete tech is something I like. You don't necessarily, but there's less people doing it. So that was something that I decided to start looking into. So we got a question here. Ralph asks, how much better is satellite over just using a regular over-the-air antenna, depending on your area? Yeah, like some areas you might only get a few over-the-air channels, and then some areas you might get 100 over-the-air channels.
Well, like me, I get only 2 over-the-air channels, so satellite is
Yes.
100% better.
For you, it'd be awesome for you to have a C-band satellite dish, because that's where you get 101 West has a whole whack of DigiNets that are really good to watch, and there's different. 99 West has a bunch of channels, like has a Fox and this NBC feed that you can tune in. Not a Fox News. That's a highly requested one, but as I was saying at the beginning of the show, people are always asking about Fox. But they're encrypted. They're like a subscription service. But I think you can watch Fox. I've watched Tucker Carlson a bunch of times, and he's like on Facebook. You like the next day or whatever, you see the snippets of the show, or you see it on YouTube. So like, there's lots of places where you can tune that stuff.
Yeah.
And the other one that's coming up is Newsmax, which the rumor was that the President Trump might buy Newsmax or AON or one of those networks and make it the Trump News Network if that were to happen. Oh, I didn't even get into CNN. How I heard the rumor mill was that AT&T is in big financial trouble right now. They're losing billions a day, and CNN is one of their assets that they're looking at selling. Is CNN going to be gone someday? Like,
Oh, yeah.
or is
Well, you got to also remember TV has not been profitable for like 15 years, TV services. So
yes, and so TV is it's sort of a sinking.
There's just so many alternatives. That's we got so many alternatives, especially that what's the name of that one that you did before that has all the channels on it. I can't remember the name of it.
Oh, Pluto TV?
Pluto, yeah, Pluto. That's the one.
Yes. Yeah, like why have cable? If you have fast internet, you can get Pluto TV and get a whole whack of streaming content, some over-the-air channels. Another one you can get, I was playing around with, was for Sinclair Broadcasting stuff, Stir TV, and you get all like the Sinclair Broadcasting channels. So it's a way of watching TV without an antenna. Using the Stir app. Now I have to use my VPN, ExpressVPN, which I believe I have a link in the description of this. I got my first paycheck from ExpressVPN, and I appreciate those of you that did subscribe to a VPN. So I got my first check, not check, but they sent me my first payment for my gaining customers to ExpressVPN, which is a service I use. And it's great for if you want to watch streaming content. I don't watch a whole lot of streaming content, though. I test it. Oh, it works. And then I don't really watch the content because, I don't know. It's like something about the satellite, right? Like, oh, I'm getting it free off the satellite. That seems to be better than watching a stream.
Well, satellite is satellite's got a way higher bit rate than a lot of the streams, too. So. Oh,
the quality. Some channels. Now, Galaxy 19... There's a few channels there that they really fit a lot, and they're using MPEG-2. MPEG-2 is over 20 years old. Like, there's MPEG-4.
I actually have an old MPEG-2 receiver.
Yeah, MPEG-2 is the more modern, more efficient way of doing things. Probably would be even sending standard definition feeds using HEVC, using a higher compression, and then they can have better quality with a lower bit rate. So that's something. That's TBN, they're a religious broadcaster, but you gotta from their standpoint, you gotta look at that too. Okay, they have all these receivers watching their content. Do they really want to make everyone upgrade? It's one of those. What do you do?
Yeah, but I have an old MPEG-2 receiver that I bought for that thrift shop for like $5 because I was curious. And I got 1 or 2 channels, but that's about it. But then I got a more modern FreeSat V8, which I can't even get Galaxy 19 on that.
No, really?
And, even though I'm using a 75 centimeter Shaw dish, I can't even get Galaxy 19. However, the MPEG-2 receiver, I can get a couple of the feeds that are on, or transponders that are on Galaxy 19. At least when I was messing with it a year or so ago. So. Right, because
sometimes it's just some receivers are not good for whatever reason. Some of them are so cheap and they're made for different parts of the world or whatever. So we got Los Angeles King fan. He was asking, would I be able to pick up signals close to Asia? Would you be able to pick up the Olympics from Tokyo? Usually Olympics are in the clear. I remember being able to watch Olympic feeds from anywhere in the world. Like you're not getting necessarily the satellite from that area, but it's going to be relayed, and then you can find the in the clear feed for that. I think the Olympics were kind of an open thing too last time I remembered. I was able to see certain Olympic feeds the last time the Olympics was on. Not a big Olympics fan, but I guess it's one of those things because people in the forums and all that are talking. We'll be talking about Olympics. When Olympics happen, everything on TV, well, that's the thing with over-the-air TV. When the Olympics are going on, all the other TV programming is canceled, and you got Olympic coverage. Like either in Canada, you have it on CTV or CBC. The last few Olympics were on, I believe they were on CTV, and like CTV's. We have a few monopolies here in Canada. We have CBC, which is the government. We have CTV, which is owned by Bell. And we have, what was the other one? Rogers owns a bunch of channels as well, like City TV and stuff like that.
I thought City TV was owned by Shaw.
They might be now. I thought they were owned by Rogers. They used to be owned by Chum, and then Chum's no more. And Chum was the cool days. Like it used to be cool when it was Chum, because it was like Much Music. Much Music was like kind of cool. Had Bill Welichka, as one of the music VJs. And now it's I don't know, owned by Rogers. It just seems that it's
yeah, City TV is owned by Rogers. Okay. Yeah.
Jonathan Lima says, "Can you imagine Trump buying CNN? That could happen. That would be hilarious. He would get his vengeance on them fixing the election. That's for sure." Wolf Blitzer probably be gone. What's the other guy's name there? Don Lemon would probably be gone. And what's the guy with the high voice that Mark Dice always makes fun of him. Trying to think of his name. Brian Skelter? I don't know. One of the CNN people. But yeah. And CNN, I don't know where the ratings are. I haven't looked that up. I was going to look that up for research for the show and see where the cable news ratings are. And it's hard to say. And right now, I had my satellite on. There's a march happening in Washington right now. There's protests going on against global government stuff. So that's interesting stuff. That I think there's a feed on that on 87 West. And there's a feed on that on 99 West. Probably the people that started the protest are the folks over on Galaxy 1699 West.
Oh my!
So I do like it for news. I really like. I was probably watching a lot of the election coverage from the wild feeds. The satellite feeds are fun to watch because you get you don't get the spin. You get when someone speaks, you get and when they start talking about something that the news company that is broadcasting this doesn't like, they cut away and they start having to talk in head points. Where when you watch the satellite feeds, you actually see the person talking and they don't get cut off.
There's a lot of that's what I did pick up a couple wild feeds when I was messing with satellite, and yeah, it's pretty interesting. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, the feeds are fun. I got one question I had for the folks in the chat room. Is the echo gone now that I have the headphones on? Let's see if someone will answer that. Anyway, there's a.
Can I join?
Someone asked, have I applied for Starlink? I'd love to have the Starlink. But it seems like all these large YouTube channels that I never heard of myself, but they have the Starlink stuff. And I applied for it because I would love to cover it on my channel. But I haven't got my hands on the beta testing stuff. I would love to have that.
I think they're only doing that for Royal people. because
Yeah.
because where you can get other options. Like I'm sure in your area, you could probably get fiber and you could probably get good cable internet, but
Yeah. Well, it'd
that's
be
probably
like
why.
I don't necessarily need Starlink because yeah, I got cable, I got fast internet here. I got options. I think we have the option of getting fiber optic if we wanted to, but I don't
Yes,
think it's
fiber optic.
necessary.
Fiber optic is so much better than cable.
Hmm.
So much better. Like the ping is ridiculous. 2 millisecond ping. It's awesome.
Yeah. Thanks, Jonathan, for letting me know there's no echo. Can you hear? Do I have the volume for Trevor up high enough?
It's doing pretty well. I've been watching some YouTubers on Starlink, and I mean, one guy who was getting 100 meg down, I believe it was 27 up, and his ping was only 37 milliseconds.
Oh yeah, that's good.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
He actually said to us, he was right in the Royal, he said, it feels like I'm in the city. That's how fast my internet is. And then he did a test during a
Yes.
snowstorm.
And the thing is, it's not being bogged down right yet. You know, like it will be in a few years when everyone in the country is like, hey, we can get internet finally after years of, rural living. The interesting thing is I like to see how well streaming will work with that. Will you be able to watch YouTube no problem with Starlink? And
Yeah, I mean, if you're getting 100 megabits, you should be able to.
yeah. And the latency is supposed to be even more superior than through a cable line. So
Yeah, it would be cool. Now, however, it's expensive. It's like $400 for the equipment, and there's $100 a month fee. So,
yep, that sounds like an early adopter price. $400 actually is not as bad as I thought it would be.
yeah, well, I mean, I'm sure once they get out of beta, they're going to have deals like if you sign up for 2 years, you can get the equipment for free or whatever,
Yeah.
or cheap, or for cheap. So.
Yeah, well, it's definitely a game changer if you want to live in the country. And I think people are going to move out the country now after COVID. I think we're going to have people saying, the cities are going to be smaller.
The only thing that scares me about that is if Starlink, moves, or not, doesn't really scare me, but it's like, unfortunately, a lot of people that work at home, their employer doesn't allow you to use wireless internet of any kind. You must have a hard line. So, so unfortunately,
Yeah, won't affect
my
people
fiance,
like
for
that.
example.
Yeah,
My
for people
fiance,
like
for
that.
example.
Yeah. Well, here's the deal with Starlink, which would be kind of cool. I thought of doing this with satellite too. It's internet hotspot. So if you're in an apartment building, you can have it on the roof of your vehicle, and then just have a Wi-Fi repeater, a directional antenna pointed at your apartment window. That would be one way of doing it, but I thought of doing this with a satellite dish. Pastor Gene Scott used to tell people to do this too. If they won't let you have a satellite dish, put it on the back of your pickup truck or something like that. Back when he was on C-band too, where you'd have to have a large satellite dish. But now I guess it technically, with this device, you could do this. You could put a satellite dish in the back of your truck and have a Wi-Fi router, and a directional antenna sending it to your house. If you wanted to run it off of a battery,
Battery or an inverter, of some sort.
or if you had the block heater plug thing, and run it off of that.
That would be cool.
To get around the restrictions of apartments, yeah. And I was looking at price houses. It's like that is insane now. I can't believe that houses are selling even in my area. My area is one of the more affordable area. Now houses are selling like and I'm in an affordable area. They're $400,000 for a home.
That's insane.
And it's not even the ritzy area. The ritzy area that's like $600,000 to $1 million for depending on what size of home you want. Like every house is going to be $1 million if we keep having this inflation on property. Yeah. I don't know how people are going to have people starting off in life are ever going to have a home.
Yeah, unfortunately.
That's where you learn to be a saver. Don't pay for cable. I'm just waiting for somebody who's who's smart enough to figure this out is you got to put like about 10 or 20 channels that people would want to watch on free-to-air satellite and on KU band, and you promote it too. The big thing with broadcasters, even with over-the-air broadcasters, they don't promote the fact that they are on antenna. Like that'd be something. If I had that, I'd be like having billboards, and buses painted. Watch this channel on over-the-air channel 13.1 or whatever, or scan it in,
For NTV, the only time that they say that they're on antenna is when they do their initial sign-on in the morning, saying, "Oh, you are watching NTV, CJON TV on or CJON TV on 21.1 in St. John's, Newfoundland."
Yeah.
And then that's the only time you hear about it.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the day is just you don't hear about it. And then again, the next morning around 6 a.m. they do the sign-on again, and
Yeah, it's the way it goes with these big and that's why they're losing money. Like they're just it's advertising revenue, and that's where they should get back to is focusing on their advertising. People say, they don't like ads, but I think that's the real pusher of that. But I think where they lose too with advertising is with targeted advertising is online is killing them with targeted advertising because they know which area they're in. They can get an idea of the age and gender of the people that are viewing the content. And you don't necessarily get that with over-the-air TV, but I like privacy. And that's what I miss about all that stuff is I don't want everything to be shut down because I want to have privacy. I don't want someone knowing what I'm watching. All the time.
Yeah. It's unfortunate, but that's the way it is. So, yeah.
Well, I think with Starlink as well, Jin says here, with Starlink, that will be another thing for people in the country. If you have other people living near you, like in a village or out in the boonies somewhere, you can get Wi-Fi extenders, and if you did have Starlink, you'd be able to share internet, become the service provider. I guess that will be a big thing too. This is what makes free-to-air satellite a big thing in third world countries or like in remote areas, like in the third world. Is people will get a big TV and a free-to-air satellite for the soccer games, and they will charge people admission to come to their home and watch all these soccer games. So, well, it's not necessarily free to air. I think they're doing some stuff that they should be doing, but I guess the laws are different in those countries than they are here. So, but in some countries, that's what they do with satellites. So, internet might be the same thing, or especially with Starlink, there'll be parts of the third world that will be able to have internet access that they don't have now.
That's better than dial-up.
Yeah. Well, in a lot of third world countries, everything's cell phone. They never had landlines there or the infrastructure for that, but cell phones were easy. You just put up a tower, and it was like a lot easier infrastructure, and they pay a lot less than what we pay here.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, cell phones are a bit expensive, and I know of a couple people actually that uses, they can't get anything else, and they did apply for Starlink because I told them about it. They're actually using mobile home internet. Bell offers it. Bell has mobile home internet. It's expensive. It's like $80 a month for like 100 gigs of data a month with a maximum download speed of like 18 megabits.
I've known people years ago that had that, and they might still have that. But they have expanded, at least in Ontario, they've expanded dial-up DSL connections. There's where they've had legacy phone lines for forever, and so they're able to get some limited high-speed internet through that. The technology they've made improvements with that.
Yeah, DSL is. I had DSLs. Always had issues with it. But where I was living, we could only get DSL or dial-up. We couldn't even get cable.
Oh yeah.
And
I think DSL was the first one I had. Bell. I was in a small town. This is probably late '90s, early 2000s, and when people are transitioning from dial-up to DSL, and Bell was one of the first companies that I was able to get high-speed internet with. And then when I moved, I had a Bell when I moved to Ottawa, but they had Rogers had the cable company. Rogers had. They had high-speed internet in the city in Ottawa, but they didn't have it in the smaller towns outside of Ottawa where I was.
yeah,
So it took a while for that to get everywhere. When I moved to Ottawa, I got DSL for a while, and then eventually I did switch to cable modem, and then I switched back to DSL. If you're in the Ottawa area, I recommend Freenet. Freenet's great. That's where I started with the internet. I was
Freenet, yeah.
Yeah, I used to use dial-up Freenet, and that was with my Commodore 64. Like, it was text-based internet.
Yeah, I think I heard of Freenet.
In the 90s. Yeah, Freenet is it's still around too, and it's been around for years, and it's they have a more freedom attitude there too. Their attitude is, if you want to share your internet with your neighbors, go right ahead. It's like,
Yeah.
That's pretty good that they do that. It's run out of Carleton University, and it was one of my first email addresses. I'm not going to give it out because I haven't used it in years. It'd be kind of cool if it still worked, but I don't think I could log into Freenet, my legacy Freenet account from the 90s.
My fiance actually was an early adopter. His family was an early adopter of DSL back in, I think he told me he got it in 99 or 98.
Yes,
it was
that's
early
when it was first
adopter
coming
here, and they got it. I said it was like $100 a month for like 1.5 megabit down.
Yeah, it would have been probably back in those days.
1.5 megabit down and half a meg up. Not even that much, and the ping was ridiculous, he said. So,
You can build a connection.
but I mean, because they needed it, right? Because my fiance's family ran a business. I can't tell you what business it was, but they ran a business and they needed the internet.
Oh yeah.
DSL wasn't any good. DSL wasn't any good for them, or dial-up wouldn't have been any good for them. So,
Forson's asking, can you take free to air and send it over the internet? Well, you could. One way of doing it, I guess, is hook your receiver, get one of these HDMI capture things. You can stream it on YouTube and on Twitch, but like one channel, I guess. I think that's what a lot of pirate services were doing that are down. So this is like a capture device that you can do something like that. But then Twitch might pull, if it's copyright content, they might take it down. Well, another thing too is, I guess you can send through Facebook Messenger. You can send a video feed through that. I don't know if they'd let you do that. You could use a private server and do that. Or just like to be able to have something where you log into your free-to-air receiver remotely from another location. But that's like where you have to. That's where you got to set up a VPN service from your house. So you'd have to set up a router as a VPN server that would connect to your satellite receiver. That's complicated. I did some research on how to do that, and it was like a huge textbook of research. And I was like, no, thank you. There is some services I think that you can get now that you have to pay for that can set you up with something like that. But
couldn't you just port forward?
You could port forward, yeah, if you want to risk that.
I always port forward.
Mm-hmm.
I got a VPS. It's actually from I rent a VPS every month from Texas,
mm-hmm.
and I run my servers on that. But before that, I was actually port forwarding. If I wanted to do a Minecraft server, I was port forwarding that.
Oh yeah.
And
see, that's something you could do with either a free-to-air satellite or I don't have one here, but the HD home run, which would be a cool idea. If you had an antenna in New York City, there was a company that used to do this, but then they got sued and put out of business, was Aerial. But not necessarily using a HD home run, but if you just set yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Uh,
you lagged out for a second.
Yeah, my computer is glitching on me because of the video on my camera, or maybe it's my camera dying. It can be done, but it's yeah. I'm not. I don't even want to think of doing that right now. I wanted to do that one point, but then I didn't want to pay for an extra service, which would kind of defeat the service of doing everything free.
Yeah.
But I thought it'd be cool, even like at my parents' house, to have an HD home run there, because there's TV channels that are there that I can't get, and then stream it to my house.
Yeah, I mean, I don't necessarily see a problem with port forwarding unless, as long as you only port forward that one Pacific port, you should be fine.
Right. It must be my internet cutting. Oh yeah, well the kids are probably on tablets and stuff, maybe making a video call, and that would bog things down.
You should do. We actually got 2 internet connections here. We got one for our home internet, and we got another one for my from Rogers for my fiance's work, because his work pays for it.
Yeah. Well, if Starlink wants to make me a beta tester, I'd love to get on the program just to do some videos on that to show you guys how it works. Might be where I get like a second internet connection for streaming for the uploading.
I don't say they will be giving it to you unless you're in a rural area. They might though.
Yeah. Well, I want to just do it to be able to, for tutorial reasons, to be able to show how it's set up. For someone who's not like Mr. Jack Know-It-All, you know.
I think it's so cool. What I've seen it, basically, it's so easy. But I mean, a lot of people wouldn't know it. A lot of people don't know how to simply connect a wireless keyboard to their computer. So
yeah, and that's when it goes to making tutorials, it's difficult to know where you want to do in a tutorial. You know, like some people, you got to do a tutorial as simple as how to turn something on and use the remote that comes with it, and others tutorials on just how to get to the meat and potatoes of a device. And you know, I know how to turn it on. I'll figure that out. You know, all that basic stuff.
Yeah. Oh my! I think if I did get Starlink, I would probably try it out. I'm really curious about it. I signed up for the beta too, but they never did get back to me.
I think a lot of people did too, because I think it's in such a high demand thing. It's a game changer. You know, I'm not in the stock market. Are you? Should invest in. I think they're one of those probably expensive to invest in companies.
I'm not invested in anything, no.
Oh yeah. The Tesla cars and all that. The cars I don't think I'll own anytime soon.
Can I ask you why?
Expensive, you know. I'd be interested if they had a van, because I got 3 kids. You know, I want something I could fit my kids in, and like I'm looking at getting another car van, like, you know, a Chrysler van. You can fit all your stuff in it and on all that, and the car seats too.
I think
kids have to have, like, it's not as easy as it was when we were little. Every kid has to have a car seat till they're almost an adult. It's just crazy.
Yeah, actually, my nephew only recently got out of a car seat because he wasn't heavy enough, and he's almost 12. He only got out last year of a car seat, so
yeah. So it's yeah, no, but I would like one, but I just wouldn't, you know. The way I see it, yeah, I have a rusty Pontiac, and I think it's on its last legs, but my prayers have been answered. Like, it's lasted this long, and even though it's rusted from the bottom. I just need a vehicle that gets me to work. My work's not very far, and gets me home, gets me to the grocery store. I don't even go much further. I don't drive further out of my side of the city. You know, everything I need is in this area. There's grocery, my work.
Yes,
that's
for you.
about it.
For you, it would be basically.
Yeah, and it's almost at a point where a fuel car, it's cheaper for me to have a fuel car because I'm in Canada. I'm in places where it's crazy hot in the summertime and it's freezing cold in the wintertime. So I want that, start your engine up and warm up. I can understand electric cars are, well, you're in Newfoundland. You totally know this. But like in California, I could totally understand electric vehicles, and you have very moderate weather, and you don't have like the weather we have here. And the thing that scares me with electric vehicles is here when it's like -20, is it how well is it going to run and get me through the slush to work? I know it will.
I mean,
People are driving them now, but yeah.
As far as I know, there's heaters on the batteries. So,
Pardon me?
as far as I know, on the Teslas, there's heaters on the batteries to prevent it from freezing.
Yeah, they would have to have. But then that drains the battery or uses more electricity than what you would need with a gas vehicle. Yeah, it's. I think eventually the technology will be where we're all electric vehicles. I want the freedom though. Like I want the freedom where we can have solar panels on our roof and not be reliant on a utility company like a power company. Like if you have solar panels on the roof of your home, that would basically is what you're running your car off of and your house. It makes you more makes you more independent from other services. The only service provider you would need would be internet.
Yeah,
and utilities. Utilities like we still in Canada we need natural gas to heat our homes, but natural gas is. Pardon me?
Newfoundland, we don't use natural gas. We use electric or oil.
Oh yeah, you don't have natural gas there?
Not anywhere. I look for it. Not anywhere.
Yeah.
We're a bit behind times.
You have power dams there? Labrador power dams? Is there power dams there?
Power dams? What do you mean?
Hydroelectric power dams to make electricity.
We use what do we use?
Do you buy from Quebec? Your power.
No, we have our own. Actually, we have our own power, but we actually our power company sells it to Nova Scotia. Our power.
Okay. See, the thing is, if you got lakes and rivers, hydroelectric is the most proven, efficient way. But they don't want to flood lands. Yeah,
we're using hydroelectric. The ones that.
Yeah, but yet our national symbol in Canada is the beaver. And what do? They make dams and make swamp area because they're beavers, and that's what they do. But yet we can't build a power dam.
We actually have a power. We use hydroelectric.
Yeah, I think there's a big project in Newfoundland for hydroelectric. Quebec has lots of hydroelectric. They can heat their homes a lot cheaper than Ontario with electricity. We should have more hydroelectric in Ontario.
For our little one-bedroom apartment, our power bill was almost $150 a month.
That's less than what I pay here in Ontario.
Well, I mean, you're in a full-size house, but I'm talking we're in a little tiny one-bedroom apartment.
Oh, okay, yep.
Right? I mean, you're in a full-size house, but power bill is ridiculous.
Yeah, my peak utility bills are maybe $200 to $300, like between that $200 to $300. When a month is what my utilities are, and I'm on a municipal utility company utilities, so it tends to be cheaper than Hydro Ontario.
Yeah, that's
better rates.
That's actually not too bad. $300 a month thereabouts.
Yes. Like other people in Ontario are paying. Some are paying $800 to $1,000 plus for electricity.
I can't. When I was helping someone, because I was helping someone pay their bills, their bill was nearly $1,000 for their house.
For a house for electricity, and if they're using electricity for heat, yeah.
But in our apartment, I mean, 150, 160 is awful expensive for a one-bedroom apartment, right? So, in my opinion,
yeah. I had an apartment in Ottawa, and I had to pay I didn't have to pay the heat, but I paid the electricity because the heat was the building's water heat system.
Yeah,
it had a boiler.
That's what jacks up your bills more. Is friggin' electric heat. That's why our bills are so expensive, because of electric heat.
Yeah, well, my parents, when they bought their house in the 70s, a lot of the houses were electric heat houses. And they had to retrofit all of the forced air ducts and all that for the because eventually we got a furnace with natural gas. And my house now, I feel it's fortunate enough. We do have natural gas here. Natural gas it's pretty efficient, and it's cleaner fuel too. Like I know there's the environmentalists out there, but it's in Canada. It's something we need, for warming our homes. And
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I really wish we had natural gas here. I mean, we should. Like, there's no reason that we can't, but we don't. You know what I mean? Like, so that's why our power bill is
that's interesting about Newfoundland. How it's different. Yeah, I gotta visit Newfoundland someday when all this craziness is over.
It's a nice place. A really nice place.
Yeah, I'm gonna eventually. I'd like to someday. I'll go to Vancouver and visit some family there, and I want to go to Newfoundland, see the Maritimes. Visit Nova Scotia and places like that.
Technically, we're actually not a part of the Maritimes. Technically,
you're not?
They call it that we are, but technically we're not.
Yeah, I just think about Eastern provinces. The Maritimes is what public school taught me.
I don't know why. I don't know why they call us Maritimes. We're not technically the Maritimes. We're our own. We're Newfoundland and Labrador.
Yeah. My stream is bouncing up and down. Yeah, so did you hear my comments on my last stream about Restream? Cursing that service, but it's a free service, and I was trying it out. But there was a learning curve from what I was used to doing with OBS, and then switching over to Restream. I had to get a new modem too, so I was off for like a week or so. My ISP, I had a modem that was like an old RCA modem. It was like a 10-year-old modem.
Oh, wow.
And my internet service provider, I was like, I'm having issues with my modem. Like our internet's not staying connected. And then I explained to them, well, our modem is the one we had since we started with you guys, and that was like 9 years ago. And they're like, oh. And I was asking, shouldn't we be updating our modem? Like everywhere else has been updated. I had to change my parents' modem because they got a new modem and a router built into the modem that these guys that I'm using, they don't have a router in their modem, which is fine. I got my own routers. I bought a hub router, like for LAN connection stuff that that I'm running. I pretty much have most of my house wired for LAN connection stuff.
That's
my
good.
Satellite receivers, and we do have we have tablets and things like that, so we do have Wi-Fi. But I tend not to use all of everything's not running off of Wi-Fi.
Are you using the? Are you with Shaw? Or you don't need to tell me if you don't want to, but.
No, I'm with a company called WTC.
Oh, so they're probably using
Cable in my area.
Yeah, their modems are probably the surfboards.
No, they're just like a box. Yeah,
okay.
I don't know. I forget the company that manufactures the modems. But I'm happy with them. It's kind of my way of protesting against cable. Like, I'm still using cable, but I'm not using a big cable company. I'm using a small company that employs people in my own city. So when I pick up the phone and I call them, I'm talking to someone in my own city, a local telephone company, and it's competitive with cable. The price of what I'm getting. Actually, I technically am unlimited. They kind of I call them. How do we find out how our limit is so we don't go over? And it's like, well, they're like, with your service, we can't really track your data and how much you're using, and they won't tell me that I'm unlimited. Because I want to make sure, okay, am I going to stream too much and go over the limit and get an extra charge? Because they do have other services. I think fiber optic services, and they also have DSL. They have everything, like for all the different areas.
We don't have we haven't had data caps on internet here in like 5 years.
That's good. Yeah, data caps are especially if you're got wired in internet. What was Starlink's data cap anyway?
As far as I know, there is none yet. There's no confirmed data cap yet.
Yeah, not yet. See, it might be an early adopter thing, because I remember I would get internet I had Bell internet, and it was unlimited because I got an unlimited plan, and then they stopped doing unlimited. I got a grandfathered in plan that was unlimited, and so I was for years able to not get any caps back when there wasn't laws against torrent stuff.
Yeah. I very rarely.
When it was the wild west of the internet.
Rogers uses the Xfinity X1 modem, the gray one, the weird looking one.
Yeah, they have weird looking products. They have like the TV receiver that is.
And the thing that I don't like about Rogers, now I do have my own router, but I'm not using it right now because I mean the Rogers router is only used for my fiance's work. It only has 2 LAN plugs on it.
The router? Or the modem?
The gateway
Oh, okay, yeah.
only has 2 LAN plugs on it, which is no big deal because, I mean, it's only used for my fiance's work. I have my own router, but I have the Bell, the Home Hub 3000 thing. It has 4 LAN plugs on it, which is full. I also got the Wi-Fi pods from Bell as well. The new Wi-Fi pods that they announced.
Wi-Fi. Open Discord. Hey, I should talk about this. Are we on? Yeah, there we are. Here, I'll cut to my screen. Yeah, this is the chat room in the background. That's cool. So Chrome browser. There we go. That should be okay to show. Yeah. So hey guys, if you're watching through Discord, this is how Trevor is calling through Discord. You download the Discord app. I have it here in Linux, and if it runs on Linux, that means it runs everywhere.
Yeah.
It'll run on Mac. It'll run on Windows.
It even runs on Chrome OS.
Yes, Chrome OS. If you have a Chromebook, the Chromebooks are what I recommend to people. So you can come into the satellite TV chat room. I don't moderate it too much. I'm not on here a whole lot, but I liked it for this voice chat feature, and it does work better than other things I looked around because I wanted to do call-in shows, but yeah.
Yeah, I've tried multiple. I've tried Discord. I've tried Google Hangouts before they were no more. And the best one I had was luck with was Discord. And the quality is excellent.
Yeah, Discord. I like the philosophy of Discord. It has more of a freedom philosophy. I also signed up for Parler, the Parler social media, because I want to outreach to people about free to air satellite. There's a bit of an activist community there, a conservative activist movie. I like the conservatives; they're good folks. So anyway, I'm Parler as well. Because I guess Twitter is banning people and all that stuff. So Facebook's been banning the fact checking though, and I noticed the fact checking on Facebook has one side. It's not both sides or anything like that. So yeah, that kind of threw their credibility out. But yeah, I'm on Parler. I'm on a bunch of things. I'm on BitChute. I use that as a backup, but see, BitChute had this thing where you can enter a key from your YouTube channel and back up all your videos. And you should try this maybe with your YouTube channel, see if it will back up all your videos. And also, BitChute's a place where maybe you might get more recognized.
I might give that a go.
Yeah, it's another video streaming platform. I found actually I don't get a whole whack of views on BitChute, but I get more than the other places where I put videos, other than YouTube. YouTube is the juggernaut. Like if you want to put videos and get them seen, you're more likely to get views on YouTube. But because it's a smaller platform, I've tried Dailymotion, and then Dailymotion was kind of hit or miss. Like I would put some videos up there, and then I'd only get a few views on a video on Dailymotion. That used to be a video site that was a lot more popular quite a few years ago, but they've changed the way their search is, And so the search is not as good. And that's where YouTube has a big advantage on everyone else is the search engine technology on YouTube is really good. You can find stuff like, there's just you can find specifically what you're looking for. You can find it a lot easier, I find, on YouTube than you can on other video platforms.
That's what I like about YouTube too. I don't even remember how I found you. I think I was just searching up satellite stuff and I came across your video.
Oh yeah, yeah, and I'm just sort of trying to do the outreach here and trying to wonder if this video box. I think.
I tell you how I found you. I was watching those. I'm not sure if you've seen those old C-band Bible videos.
Okay, yeah.
And you came up in the side. The recommended videos.
C-band Bible. Oh yes, from what's his name? I was watching videos this week too. There's this guy that does. I gotta Google it. I'll tell you guys.
So the C-band Bible is the one that they were talking about how easy it was to hack. Did you say for 2 boxes back in the 80s?
Yeah.
You know, they basically did it was so funny. I was looking around and I came across that. I was like, really? Really? They're basically showing you a step-by-step of how to get free satellite illegally. I was like, that's so weird. But apparently the reason why they did it is
for educational purposes and
educational purposes. I said educational purposes. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
None of that stuff will even work anymore. I mean, DigiCipher.
No, it's analog.
Not DigiCipher. What's it called?
Yeah, the digital scrambling.
No, not that. It was the analog scrambling. What was it called? Video Cipher.
Video Cipher. Yes.
Yeah.
Video Cipher. Yeah. Oh, I can't find it here. It was crazy.
That's how I found your videos. It came up in the recommended section.
Yeah.
But quite ironic. You're 100% legit and doing all legit stuff, but for some reason, the old Bible from the 80s was directed to your video. So weird.
Yeah. Well, there is piracy stuff out there, and it's on YouTube. But I don't promote it because I'm just trying to
illegal.
Stay away from. Yeah, exactly.
It's illegal, right?
So I just avoid that. I tell people about what's free and then the clear, and I try to make it as clear as possible. But I always get new people, and they ask like, how do I get pay channel or whatever, and I'm like, it doesn't work that way, and I explain the same thing over and over again with new people. And I've tried to create some videos like frequently asked questions video. And I'm looking for that guy I was watching his videos this week. He was from the 80s. He actually would broadcast. He got like transponder time. And I think he broadcasted his stuff on satellite because you could tell the video recording. It looks like it was recorded off of analog satellite. I'm trying to think.
Do you ever see that video that Dish Network had for years saying that you are a pirate? Dish Network Pirate TV. That was funny.
Yeah, I remember seeing that on YouTube. Dish Network also had a channel. Maybe they still have it. Dish Earth, where they have a camera on their satellite, and you can see the view. If you Google it, you'll see a picture of it, and you can kind of see the weather the weather pattern on the Earth and all that.
Yeah, I don't even know if you can even hack satellite anymore. I doubt it.
No, it's pretty secure now.
Yeah, I'm like back in with the old what's it called? The old I can't remember. The old cards that Bell and Dish used. The
oh yeah, there used to be cards and stuff like that, and
none of that works anymore. So we're free to talk about that now.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it here. I was watching it earlier this week.
Oh, Navigator. Navigator 2 was named the encryption they used, wasn't it? Navigator 1 or 2, something like that.
No, I think it was Video Cipher was what I remember being the main encryption.
Shaw uses DigiCipher 2 and still uses DigiCipher 2. I still don't understand how it has not been hacked before.
Yeah.
But I mean, I ain't doing stuff like that anymore because even if you could, you'd probably get caught a lot easier than you would back in the 80s.
There we go. I'm going to cut to it here. So it's on a channel called Got C-Band. I'm going to cut to it.
Just look at video site for Bible and you should be able to find it.
Yeah, it came up. It's just the internet's slow right now. It's on a channel called Got C-Band. I watched a few of his videos, and it was just cool seeing the analog C-Band setups that they were trying to push the receivers and all that. Yeah, so if you're interested in C-Band, you can check that out on YouTube. There's a few videos on the Got C-Band channel. And it's not loading.
Are you sure it was got C-band?
Well, there's other channels that have uploaded videos from of this stuff.
Oh yeah, it is Video Cipher Bible Part 1 of 3, Part 2 of 3, Part 3 of 3. Okay.
Yeah, it's not coming up right now, but
He even got
anyway.
stuff about 4D TV on there.
Oh, really? Yeah, they have the 4D TV stuff. There. I'll show you the thumbnail of what you'd be looking for. This guy here, you see the... Oh,
hello. Someone else has joined chat. And he muted his mic.
Oh, yeah. So there it is there. That guy there talked about it.
Video Cipher or Navo version? What are you talking about? Someone DM me on your Discord. Or not DM me. No, it's not the Navigator. Bell used to use it. I think it was called Navigator.
Oh, maybe. I don't remember. I didn't have Bell back in those days. Back when I was growing up, we had cable, which was a small regional cable company that got bought by Rogers, and it was McLean Hunter Cable TV is what we had. And I remember we had to have a descrambler for one channel. Well, I guess we had a few channels with our package, but that's how they did subscription pay TV back then. You would get like your regular cable, but you paid for cable, and then they called the other channels pay TV. So with cable, I wish I had a price list of what cable cost back in the 80s, because it was, for basic cable, it was like 30 channels or something like that. It was not a whole lot. And then there was no movie channels until we got, at the time it was First Choice Super Channel here in Canada.
Oh, First Choice Super Channel. Yeah, I don't know.
And it was one channel. There was but we also got some other channels like the Nashville Network was one of them. TSN was scrambled, and Much Music was scrambled, so that was you had pay channels.
Wow.
But Much Music became free after a while. Well, not free, but it became basic cable, or your regular cable.
Yeah.
And everything was basic cable for a while too, in the analog days of cable, and then I remember we had PBS, was pay TV. So no, not PBS, TBS, Turner Broadcast System, or whatever it was. TBS was pay TV, and I watched. There was movies on. That's what made TBS good, because they showed movies all the time. They still do, and you would see wrestling. I watched wrestling at 6:05. Every show on TBS started at 6:05 or 7:05 on TBS for whatever reason, and they had WCW Saturday Night with Jesse Ventura and Tony Schiavone used to be on that. It was my favorite. And I was a WWF fan, but then when I saw that, it was it was better wrestling than WWF, but people didn't know about it because I guess it was you had to jump through hoops to watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it's just Seinfeld reruns now, and yeah, I wouldn't watch, probably wouldn't want to watch anything on there now. I remember it used to be Saved by the Bell reruns. And TBS, the shows that were on TBS were kind of like a lot of the shows that were on MeTV. Andy Griffith maybe the show would show MASH and show.
I love MASH.
Yeah, and Leave It to Beaver. well, Leave It a Beer wasn't on TBS, I don't think. Happy Days was on TBS.
Okay. The
All these old
Simpsons.
shows. They were in the, like, probably a few years ago. They were, eh? Simpsons used to be on a bunch of channels. There was a time
Oh, yeah.
where the Simpsons would be on a certain time on one channel, another time on another channel, and I think that's why broadcasting they try to get broadcast exclusive rights to something now because
Really?
they don't want to have a channel or a show on all the different channels. Like the most popular show would be on all the channels. Big Bang Theory is another thing. It's on a bunch of channels.
How much more reliable is satellite compared to pay TV? Because I'm always having issues when I'm watching TV. It breaks up like I got a bad satellite signal. God. I'm watching a movie here on our local CNTV, and like it keeps breaking up and like pixelating.
Oh, really? It could be the head end too of the cable company, or it could be just the cable lines too. Some of the cable lines you gotta think of this too. Cable put the coaxial wire, unless they switch to fiber optic, but I think they still have in some areas. In my house, my parents' house, it's still the same coax that when they probably built the area. It's still the same coax copper wire going from the phone pole. It's 40-year-old coax cable. Yeah. And that's probably it too. If you're splitting your cable or your apartment is splitting out the cable, that drops the signal and causes that. You get interference that leaks into the cable.
Yeah, well, you got to remember, Bell's 5 TV is straight IP. So
Yep. Yeah.
So that wouldn't be the case. So it's probably just the wireless signal because I don't care. Honestly, I'm running Ethernet wire. I'm running Ethernet wire as soon as I can because I'm sick of having wireless. So.
Yeah. Well, I think like I try to tune one of these things, a shortwave or an AM radio, and all the electromagnetic interference. It's harder to listen to. I was actually surprised. I went camping this summer, and it was a dead zone. Like it was hilarious. People were standing on top of a septic bed that was on top of this hill where the washroom was, and everyone was there with their cell phones trying to get signal to because people are so addicted to the internet. Anyway, so what happened was shortwave. I was able to hear AM radio, and I was able to hear shortwave radio a lot clearer way out in the country when I was sleeping in a tent.
Yep, same with me. I went camping. Summertime too.
Mm-hmm.
I went way down in the went to this little rural area in Newfoundland called Traytown. Like there is literally nothing down there. Anyway, we went there. It's in central Newfoundland, and we couldn't get any AM or any FM at all, and the cell phone service was virtually unusable. So we just sat around the fire and chilled and talked.
Yeah.
So,
well,
but my nephew went with me, and my nephew went to me, and he didn't want anything to do with the fire, so he was literally up in the cabin, holding his cell phone up, trying to watch YouTube videos.
Yeah.
I'm like, really? I said, really, dude? We're camping. Why don't you come down by the fire? So I don't want anything to do with that. Okay.
Imagine if we had an electromagnetic pulse sent from the sun that knocked everything out.
Yeah, we couldn't get any FM, AM. However, I did get shortwave, like you said.
Yeah, that was, if we had that type of event, shortwave radio will be what your go-to.
Oh yeah.
This one probably won't work. I know that. Someone's going to say in the comments, yeah, this one's not going to work.
Oh, hello. I see you unmuted your mic.
Yeah.
I'm loud and clear now.
Okay, yeah. If you could speak up just a bit, you're a little quieter than Trevor.
Yeah, you might want to turn the mic a little bit, bud.
Can you hear me okay now?
Yeah, that's better.
How about now? Is that better?
Oh,
yeah, a lot better. You're as loud as Trevor now.
Yeah, go ahead.
So you're the magpie?
That is correct, yeah.
Okay, with all these... So where are you from, Magpie?
Vancouver Island is where I live.
Vancouver. So we got all Canada covered today. We got
Yeah.
Trevor in Newfoundland. We have me in Ontario, and we go all the way to Vancouver.
Vancouver Island.
That's like the other side. Yeah, are you on the other side of Newfoundland, Trevor? You said your last the other week there you were close to where Marconi did, or you Marconi. You mentioned Marconi anyway, and how he did the transmission over the Atlantic.
Yes,
in
I'm
Newfoundland.
there. Yeah, I'm in St. John's area.
Oh wow! So yeah, we're coast to coast.
Look on the
East.
map, and you'll be able to see. I'm not in the big part of Newfoundland. I'm in the little part of Newfoundland. If you look on the map,
Yeah.
the part
East
smaller.
of the Rockies. Yeah. The two areas I want to actually visit, and I said that earlier too. I wanted to travel to those two areas. I want to go to Alberta too. Alberta is a cool province.
Where
I'd
I'm
like to go
from,
see.
I'm from Calgary.
Oh yeah. I want to go to Calgary. Never been to Calgary. I've been to Florida and Quebec and Springfield, Missouri.
Yeah, I've drove through the Midwest. That was fun. Drove from Calgary to Tennessee.
Nice.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So-
the farthest I've gone is Toronto East.
Yeah. Do you watch over?
Sure.
Yeah. Do you watch over the air TV in Vancouver?
Vancouver Island, man. Victoria.
Yeah.
Yeah, we get a couple channels. I can pick up some Seattle channels from here.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask because I got family that lives in. So they live on the island. I don't know. They got like one of these little antennas, and but they got cable now. So and it comes with their apartment, so they're happy with that.
Yeah, no, I can pick up a couple stations from the States. I can pick up I used to work for CTV actually here on the island. So I get that loud and clear. Other than that, not a ton. Omni from Vancouver comes through pretty clear. But that's about it.
Yeah, I don't get Omni. I get Omni in Ottawa. I have set up an antenna at my parents' house, and when I lived in Ottawa, we got Omni. But now, in Kingston, I get Syracuse, New York, and I get Watertown, New York. And they chopped some trees down the street here, so I could probably get Rochester a little bit better now. I've pointed the antenna in that direction. And so, so I get all the diginets. On over the air, I get Antenna TV, I get MeTV, I get Fox, I get ABC. ABC sucks, but I get ABC. They have America's Funniest Home Videos, which is good. What else do I get? I get NBC now. They just launched an NBC channel, but in Canada, like even though I'm in Kingston, we get one Canadian channel, which is CKWS here in Kingston, and recently it's been bought by they've been owned by Chorus Media, and
Right.
they run global news, globalist news, and it is. I don't care about I want to hear Canadian news, and they're like it's just
U.S. politics.
U.S. politics. It's if I want to watch U.S. politics, I'll put on American news, right? But here in Canada, we're getting these. They don't talk about what Trudeau, all this whole scandal about shredding documents from the We charity that's being hushed, and no, they're not talking about that. But they'll tell us all about Donald Trump. Like, it's important to get some of our Canadian news. I mean, there's one thing that would affect broadcasting here is Trevor. You appeared on the screen.
Whoops.
We don't want to see. We don't want to see that.
You're not going to.
It's a safe for work channel.
Hold on. Let me turn this off. There we go. I accidentally turned on the video. There we go. We're good.
I like this Discord. I don't really use the video chat on Discord. I've used Zoom meetings for a few times, and but I'm actually back to going to church now because our church is reopened. Hopefully things stay reopened. But yeah, we were doing church meetings with Zoom.
Sorry, I didn't mean to turn on my camera. I know.
It's all good, man.
Ginto key. Someone needs to. I need to hear some words sometimes. Says put some pants on.
So I was during the election day. I'll turn my camera on and show you this very quick. During the election day, I went to trending on my Bell service.
Can I show
every
this?
Every single one of these were all the CNN or the election from the United States. Every single one of them. Like, I don't care about that.
Oh,
See?
Yeah, we see it on the monitor.
I think a lot of people do, though. That's why.
Because I mean, CNN is always trending, no matter what day of time I look. It's always trending there.
Yeah,
So.
you can get like with Twitter, you can get trending in Canada. Like they'll show you what's trending in Canada.
Yeah.
Hey, Robbie, I had something to ask you.
Yeah.
Do you ever end up subscribing to that Orbi TV service?
No, I didn't. I can't get it in Canada. And there's
I actually got it.
Oh yeah? Oh, there is a way of getting it, but I didn't want to be promoting that.
Well, I mean, I used the cross-border service to grab the box, and
Yeah.
they actually were running a promo that was insane for what you got. You got a box, and you got a dish and an OTA antenna, a huge one, for $100 US.
That's
a
not
good
bad.
deal. Yeah, that's a good deal.
So
Yeah.
you got the full install kit, everything like that. And yeah, I just thought it was kind of neat because I'm a younger guy. I'm in my mid-20s, and I think it's probably the newest satellite TV service to exist in North America.
It is. Yeah.
It is.
And I tell people to support Orbi TV because the affordability part of it. Some people, they're very entitled and they need the 4K HD stuff. They're very entitled to that, or they want that. They can find other ways of getting that, but with Orbi TV, you're not going to get that. But for the price it is, you get a service, and if you live in a remote area or you just want to have satellite, and it works with over the air, and the dish, if you ever decide to not subscribe to Orbi, you can use that dish for free to air and try out. And so I like it for that too, because people are going to move to areas where they can't have satellite dishes. So it does create an open market to a lot of these surplus satellite dishes, so people could try out free to air.
That's pretty cool.
What I thought was pretty cool about it is they did something that the rest of the satellite companies, I think, wish they could do, but they can't because they have, legacy hardware out there.
Yes.
All of the video is encoded in H.265.
It's H.265, yeah. So they're a step ahead of Dish and Direct, Bell, and Shaw Direct, the four large satellite providers in North America. The two for Canada, two for, and AT&T is in such bad management. Big media conglomerate. Is it AT&T that owns DirecTV?
That's correct. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I'll shed alligator tears for them when they go out of business, because this giant media conglomerate that has a monopoly, and then it will allow smaller companies to have more of a piece of the pie. Allow more entrepreneurs to start businesses.
I think Orbi TV would be pretty cool to test.
Yeah. So Orbi TV is it might outlast with the H.265 technology. Bell, or not, all these satellite providers. See, Canada, I can see satellite's a good stronghold because Canada's such a rural area, but so is the U.S. Like, that the U.S. is like, you got a lot of the population in rural areas.
Yeah.
So,
that they're able to fit on 2 transponders.
Oh yes, I wish they had more. See, what I think one of the best things Orbi TV could do for a business plan is get 20 free channels on another transponder. what you do with those 20 free channels, kind of like what Pluto TV has, where you have a free view tier of that, where you can get, and that way you have commercials promoting the heck out of Orbi TV. So people can, this is, you can give updates, with check out this service on Orbi TV and, blah, blah, blah. The big thing was to get dishes pointed in the sky and get the infrastructure installed. You can still make money off the ad revenue and then have like the premium channels.
Well, I'll tell you this. I mean, I get text messages from them because I've since stopped. I only did a month subscription just to try it out, and I wanted to see what version of cam they were running on their Niagara 4 cards and stuff. So I only subscribed for a month, but I mean, I get text messages every 2 days from them telling me to resubscribe.
Yeah, they're a new business, so they're hungry to get that, and they got you in. They got the foot in the door.
Well, and it's a lost leader though, because the $100 I paid, there's no way that the equipment that I got costs less than $100.
Yeah, well, it's like a video game system, right? A lot of the video game systems sell the systems at less than the cost to get people, to get the foot in the door, so that they can get people buying the games. And it's like the big thing that they're trying to do is sell you the service, so they can make their money back within a few years through the subscription service, right?
Right.
It's like a cell phone. They'll give you a free cell phone. They say it's a free phone, a free upgrade, but they make that money back on how much you're paying a month for that cell phone.
Right. It's an interesting one for sure. I liked it. The UI was great. I can probably post a photo in general here. I took a screen grab of it. Here, I'll try to find it.
Yeah, I'll pull it up when you get it up there. Yeah, and I remember the argument for people I knew between Bell TV, and Shaw Direct is Bell TV had a better user interface for their receivers, but when I had the Shaw LTSS program, they were a while before you can see the subscription only channels, which was a really annoying thing with a satellite receiver, because you'd flip through the 400 channels and you call this 800 number, call this 800. It was very annoying to find the channels that you were subscribed to. And the LTSS was like that when I first got a receiver, but when I got an upgraded receiver, the newer receiver had an option in the settings that would show me subscription only. So then I was able to see the channels that I got for free with the LTSS program, which was Canada's answer to the Freeview, which they kind of have over in Europe and UK, but they only ran it for a very short period of time, and now they've just decided to stop it in Canada, the LTSS satellite program.
Did you subscribe to LTSS after again, or do you not have it anymore?
They shut it down completely, so it's I can't. The thing with a Shaw Direct receiver is, and I think it'll be the same thing with Bell and other companies, is you can still get a few free channels with that. Used to be the shopping channel and the there's a Shaw Direct channel that showed it was kind of like their cable access TV channels out west. There was BC Knowledge was a free channel if you had a Shaw receiver that was not activated. BC Knowledge is kind of like TV Ontario, just the Western version of TV Ontario.
I think you still have previews on Bell unsubscribed Bell boxes. Is that true?
On subscribe Bell receiver boxes, you literally can't do anything. It comes up and says, please call this number to authorize your smart card.
And Bell, another thing with Bell was I got for $10 a secondhand HD receiver, and I thought, "Whoa, great buy! I can resell this." But no, they have to deactivate the receivers to resell them. Shaw, you don't have to do that. You can just buy, sell a receiver. With Bell, you have to go through the trouble, call them, and say this receiver is no longer active. I've sold it. So if you sell it to someone without doing that, it's useless. It's a door stub.
Shaw, though. Same with Shaw.
No, I bought a secondhand. I did buy a secondhand Shaw direct receiver for my LTSS, and it worked.
Yeah. However, the DSR 800 and DSR 830 from Shaw don't work at all. It just says unauthorized. Nothing comes in. However, the DSR 600, DSR 630, it does still work. You don't need an activation signal.
I don't know if that's the one I have or not. I still
You
have
got
it, but
DSR,
I don't have it
same
plugged
one
in
you
right now.
have. You have the DSR 600. I remember seeing that video.
Yeah. Thank you for remembering. You remember more than what I can remember.
And
Okay,
then, of course, the DSR 505 and older, they don't even activate them anymore.
Yeah, because they can't do the XKU band, like the third satellite or MPEG-4, and they.
Oh no, the DSR 505 can do the XKU band, but it does not support MPEG-4. It only supports MPEG-2.
Right.
So I got the picture, the screenshot posted up here. Oh, I can't.
Yeah, that's
pretty cool,
the
isn't it?
UI.
Yeah, it's a user face for Orbi TV. And a lot of the flack I've heard from people, and people, they treat me like I'm Orbi TV's customer service because I have, like, when they type into Google Orbi TV, my smiling face shows up, which has been good for my YouTube channel. That's been one of my... I hit that right at the right time when Orbi TV was just launching, and that was one of the videos that really helped my channel. I was like, so I'm very thankful for Orbi TV for that. And then every time I would see like the blitz of the commercials on TV, my views on YouTube would go up because everyone would be watching would be Googling for Orbi TV, and my smiling face would come up talking about Orbi TV.
Yeah, I mean, that's good. Maybe eventually Orbi TV will come across that and sponsor you and doing a video for them.
I approached them, and because I was in Canada, they didn't want to do business with me.
They probably didn't want to get a fine.
Maybe. And same thing with Ryanair Satellite, which runs a C-band service. I contacted them. I reached out to them, but they weren't interested in having their C-band service in Canada.
Yeah, because of licensing. See, that's why.
Yeah. So I wasn't able to do that. It's just a American thing. I don't know if could I go down to the States and do that. Well, we can't go to the States right now, but
technically you can't because that's technically against the code of conduct.
Oh, yeah.
You can do it, but it's not really smart to do it.
Like to set up a receiver and review one? Like,
well, considering the service is not available here in Canada. Now, if you had like maybe a vacation home or something in the States, it wouldn't be a problem.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it is what it is, and yeah, we have an electronic Berlin Wall here. It's just.
So you're saying what's the name of your guy? You have Orbi, do you? So how'd you pull that one off?
Well, a lot of people do have DirecTV here in Canada. You see DirecTV dishes. They get them in. You know, like people Canadians get these things in one way or another. You know, there's ways of doing it.
That's called silver big.
Yeah, but my channels are really not about that. It's more just about what's free and out there. And the big thing that gets a lot of people is like they don't want to put a large C-band satellite dish in their backyard. That's just something people you know. They're hoping to get free channels with like a pizza-sized dish, like a Bell dish or whatever. But unfortunately, that's the one of the unfortunate things about this hobby is you're gonna have to put a 36-inch dish instead of a 28-inch dish, which is a little bit bigger. So there's things that will turn people off in the hobby, but it's not for everybody. But it's I like for people to be knowledgeable of the option.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I think it's. I didn't turn my camera on again. Ooh. Yeah. I don't know. Like even technically, even though if you have an RV, for example, and you have the shot dish on your RV, is technically not. It's against their code of conduct to use it outside of Canada, but it will still work.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it will still work.
But it's technically, I'm sure.
Radio signals don't stop at the border, you know. So, for example, shortwave radio stations that broadcast out of upstate New York and Indiana, I can get them here. I get AM radio that broadcasts from thousands of miles away. At night, it's quite interesting to hear stations from far away. You listen to Coast AM on AM. It's not the best quality audio, but it's there, you know. Actually, where you're at, you probably, if there's not a lot of electrical noise, AM radio would probably work. I've heard stories of people getting shortwave radio in Newfoundland. It's like one of those areas that it's you're in a good propagation area
100%.
if you're out in the country. Yeah. If you decide to become an amateur radio operator, you'd probably be in a good spot there. How is the housing in Newfoundland anyway? Is it crazy there too? I know that there's been a lot of people that have been like going out west, but yet buying, you know, they build.
It is really expensive to live here. The houses per se aren't that expensive, but the property taxes is absolutely ridiculous.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
The houses are like, I mean, they're average. I mean, of course, if you want a big house, it's going to cost you $2 or $3 million. But
yes.
Normal size house, say like yours, would probably only be about $300,000 or $350,000.
Yeah, but same
that really gets people is the property tax. The property taxes is really high here.
Yeah, like for like a house, you're paying what, $6,000 a year or more.
It depends on what utilities are available, what's around. Like it really depends on a lot of stuff.
Yeah, but depends on the municipality too. Like I live in a municipality that is actually pretty reasonable, and I know people who live in rural municipalities and they pay more tax than me, yet they have no services that I have. They don't have garbage pickup and they don't have water or utilities, yet they pay more tax than I do.
Yeah,
go figure that out. You know,
it's almost like.
Did you cut off? If you did, I'm going to end this stream soon. So we'll wrap this up, guys. I went like an hour overtime. I thought it would be a 1 hour show. But I'm glad to get calls. It took a while to get calls to call in. I'm going to go watch the live feeds. I hope there's not fights, but there's probably going to be some fights. With the Mega March. Yeah, there's people, you know, the protests and stuff like that. I don't think there's going to be fights, but the media, which has a hard time telling the truth sometimes, will spin it a certain way depending on which news network you watch. I think I totally lost you there. I see you're lighting up there, Trevor, but I'm gonna wrap up this stream now, and I will talk to you guys next time. I don't know what's going on next week, but usually I'll put it on a day or two before. Today I just put it on the day of, and see how it works on Restream and all that.
Hello.
So, hey, Trevor, how's it going?
I don't know what happened, man, but I lost all audio from you.
Yeah, maybe the server went down. I'm going to wrap it up now. I'll talk to you guys later. If you want to talk to me, send me a message. You're on my Facebook. And maybe I'll talk to you next time, either next week or the next time I do a live stream.
All right.
All right, so I'll wrap this up. And so you can find me at Free Satellite TV. You can find me at robbiestrike.com. And I'll just play my ending. And I'll talk to you guys next time we do a live stream. And follow me on Facebook for the updates on that. And also on YouTube and all that. Click the bell and all that stuff. You know all that stuff.
Subscribe.
So please check out my YouTube channel, Robbie Strike, and check out all the technology videos and reviews that I've done covering satellite, free-to-air, cell phone, how to do stuff in Linux, how to do stuff in shortwave and old technology, and doing neato things with computers.
Okay.
I'm still on here. I'm just letting my mics up. Yeah, I'm just waiting for this video clip to end, and then I'll hit the stop stream button on OBS. I love OBS. I wish some of the features in live stream worked with OBS. They're hurrying me on the stream, but I don't care. I